Hey everybody, and welcome to a new episode of GeekTalk AI. My name is Jan Willem, I'm the creative director here at WebinarGeek, and today we got straight out of Edinburgh.
Nick.
Yeah, Nick.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Thanks very much for having me.
Yeah, really great that you're here.
Excited to be here.
Yeah,
Talk some
exactly.
AI with you.
Yeah, exactly. And this is your week here in the office, so we
Yep.
couldn't let you go without having a Geek Talk episode with you. So I'm very excited about our talk today. For those that you are tuning in for the first time, probably you don't know that we always start a conversation with an icebreaker, because an icebreaker is a very creative and memorable way to start a conversation. I just pick a card and I read out loud a statement that is on the card, and we start a conversation from there. And most of the time the conversations become memorable. Okay, so as this is a specific AI podcast, the question is AI related, and here it goes. AI, Paradise or Armageddon?
Ooh. I mean, it's like potentially both, and it's just, it depends on basically how the world goes. So yeah, you can have a paradise in which people have the power of AI at their fingertips, and it's accessible to everybody on their phones, like creating new images, creating like all those boring emails that have an office work that has bored people to people to death. And now it can be done by AI.
Yeah.
It can save a lot, become so productive that it's crazy that you could call that a paradise where everyone's only doing interesting work now.
Exactly.
On the flip side, Armageddon, I could easily see that happening should the AI technologies get into the wrong hands.
Yeah, exactly. It's the price we pay for the paradise, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And so many authors and creators have discussed like this, even like back in the 80s with Terminator.
Yeah.
I would say even as far as like Aldous Huxley's Brave New World talks about what happens when you give people too much pleasure.
Exactly.
And yeah.
Was his work 2001: Space Odyssey as well? Wasn't that Aldous Huxley? No,
I can't remember. I know Stanley Kubrick directed the film. But I can't remember who wrote it.
Yeah, but okay, so that is indeed interesting. It is both. It has both the paradise part, actually, thing that we are experiencing now. Mm-hmm. We see a lot of improved efficiency. We see cost reduction. We see a lot of creativity, actually. There's a lot of new websites, initiatives, plans, startups that use the power of AI to to create value. And the flip side is indeed that the acceleration is also on like you say, if it falls into the wrong hands, it falls hard into the wrong hands. It's really the impact is great. But let's take a step back. What was your first involvement with AI? Where did you meet, actually? Why did you guys meet?
Yeah, because the term AI has been like along for like quite a while, and to do with like machine learning, like a machine process which is constantly improving itself to find the right parameters for like some kind of model which it's able to do certain tasks.
Yeah.
So I think the very first time I noticed AI, and it was like something that was kind of eye-opening to me, was watching an AI learn how to play the Mario games.
Oh yeah.
Learning. So initially it just sat there and did nothing, didn't complete the level, and it was like, okay, I've got to improve on this. Wow. So what happens if I press the right key? Well, now he's traveling across the level. And he's like getting further and further, and it's realizing it's doing like a bit well until it runs into an enemy.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh well, now I'm dead. I should do something else. So after many generations, this is even getting it to do that, and eventually it learns how to jump over enemies, jump over holes. By providing it some kind of like reward function, which I guess is how close you are to the exit. As soon as it reaches the exit, it gets a great reward. So it's like, okay, I'm just going to do that again, and realize without knowing it needs to jump over enemies and jump over holes, it realizes how to do that. So that was, I guess, my first exposure to AI. And now we're seeing it in like even more forms.
Yeah, it's even a very powerful one, because what you're saying is that it actually the machine it counters obstacles, and it learns itself how to to jump over it, literally.
Yeah,
Wow.
exactly. And that's based on like what parameters like we kind of give it from the get-go.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, as people seem to know AI, they think it starts from like this ChatGPT and like the large language model like form of AI, where it's iterating on like the human language and a huge data set of what is the internet. And just kind of getting better at like generating these responses. Which is
indeed.
Yeah.
And do you see some involvement in your work as well of the AI already? Because you're really like a lot of into coding and creating websites. What is your experience there?
Yeah, mostly right now it's an experimental stage where I'm just kind of getting to grips with how I can use AI within my workflow to make me a better developer. Like just right now before this talk, I was like using some new packages for something we're going to try out at work, and then there's some documentation with it, but then I can go directly to the AI and say, this is my specific use case for adopting this package, and here's the things I require from it. Can this be done, and what is the code, minimum amount of code I need to write to configure it to make it just work, rather than going through a bunch of documentation on the internet, going down some dead ends probably. But yeah, just like asking ChatGPT for like a tutorial on how to use this thing, and hopefully getting it done like pretty fast, so I can go to other developers and say, "Hey, I've done this. What do you think?" And then
and what is the quality of the output that you see there?
It varies. Still, but generally like pretty good, and like it. As with these things, it's like pointing you in the right direction. Like you never know if it's going to work until you actually try the thing.
Exactly.
But generally, it's like been pretty good. Like especially at the like general questions and sort of kind of guiding you which technology to use in this certain situation.
Yeah, exactly.
Things. But maybe more the specifics. It doesn't really know so much about, but it's able to like generate these code samples, which I just copy and paste and stick in the project, and most of the time they work.
And there was also something I saw this week that you were able to detach bugs in the code, right?
Oh, really?
There was, I think Matthijs or someone mentioned it, that the AI has, or I saw it on LinkedIn, is now possible to like go through code and just find the bugs and actually improve the code on it. So, and that is probably a big chunk of your work, right?
Yeah, exactly. Debugging is like a really crazy process. Exactly. And it's really hard to find what actually went wrong. So if you can isolate it to one file and ask ChatGPT, okay, what's wrong with this file?
Because and that is interesting to see, like, how would the AI know, because coding is such a custom work. Like if I create a video from scratch as well, there's things that you can see from other videos, but if the AI is learning from like scanning like 15% of the entire internet on, it will probably learn there, like, hey, I see this code that resembles the code of this website miles away, but there's a resemblance, so it will probably work like that, right?
Yeah, exactly. The AI, large language models, they don't really know anything. It seems like they know stuff because they're able to answer questions.
Exactly.
Really, they're just like giving you the next word each time, or the next like phrase each time, or code block samples, which are, as you say, based on what it's seen before.
Exactly. That's funny, because we saw like a month ago, we saw also like these messages in the news, which more tend to the Armageddon side that we just talked about. Like the AI was very aggressive. In some kind of it responded, I think it was Bing AI, responded aggressively to the one that typed prompts. And then I was thinking by myself, this is just, indeed, like you say, this is mirroring human behavior. If I would go onto Facebook and I would just scan comments that are there, like 50% of the comments that are stated are negative comments that just, like keyboard warriors that are just like typing their negative comments. And that is indeed what we see reflected in the AI as well. If you just challenge it, it will like respond in that way, because it learns like, hey, if I'm being threatened, I respond negatively in that way. So in a way there's nothing to be afraid about, but yet.
Yes, exactly. Like ChatGPT itself isn't really like dangerous. All it can do right now is give you text back. It's
Exactly,
when you start
yeah.
giving it permissions to actually do other things, like
yeah.
start trading on the stock market for you.
Yeah,
You can like lose a lot of money, but
Yeah,
yeah.
indeed.
It's
Yeah,
something
no,
like
that's certain. That's certain. Yeah, I saw that there were there's I think it's called Deep Mind or something. It's also an AI program, and the CEO he said that the possibility that the AI becomes sentient in the near future is quite it's quite possible.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then we've got to really define what we mean by sentience.
Exactly,
Is
exactly.
it,
Yeah, that's
do
true.
we have the same sentience as like an AI could
Exactly,
have?
exactly.
Like
Yeah.
and then the whole talk about general AI, where
Yeah.
the AI knows as many things
It's
as
true, yeah.
humans do. Well, does that mean it's got more life?
No, yeah, that's true. That's true. And there was also like I think it was in the same with the Bing AI that said that it was the AI that responded. I want to have dreams. I want to be like you. I want to have feelings. That is this first. But it's you can say like, hey, if you see that from a standpoint of human, then it's scary. But if you say like, it just copied something that it saw somewhere on the internet, then it's kind of cute, no?
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
the difference between the two interpretations of what it's saying.
Yeah. And we've had that for years in like simulations of like dogs on a phone, and the dog wants food.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you give it food and then it's happy. Obviously, it's not a real dog; it's just programmed that way. But because we don't really understand the program, I guess that's why people are more fearing like the AI becoming sentient.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's exciting too to have all these science fiction references come through, right?
Yeah,
It's
just
like
exactly, It's been predicted pretty accurately.
Yeah, exactly. More on a note for webinars, we create obviously webinar software that is used by a lot of people on a different occasions. Is there any thoughts there that you want to share about how our customers could use AI to their benefit? So more on the Paradise side of the scale.
Yeah, sure. So you're going to give a webinar about something, and you're trying to come up with maybe titles, maybe some content for slides.
Yeah.
You can literally go into ChatGPT and say, write me some 10 slides from PowerPoint about how to make money on the stock market.
Exactly.
And it will do that and generate images with like Midjourney or DALL-E. And then you've got a whole presentation without doing too much work. You just need to be very good at prompting the AI to like get the things that you want out of it. So I'd say definitely for like creating content of webinars. That's
I think so too. I think that with hosting webinars, there's actually we can say that all of our customers are almost like content creators, because they need to create the slides, they need to create their ad copy, they need to create the landing pages, they need to create the images, etc. So I think that with the generative AI, it accelerates a lot of those things. So you can focus really on delivering your presentation, hosting maybe more webinars, because it saves you time. So I think there's a lot of benefits there.
Yeah, exactly. The more time you are on camera, the more leads you're probably getting.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah. Great. Well, to round it up, I think what should we conclude? Paradise or Armageddon for now?
At the moment, Paradise, but it's. Yeah, it's no individual that will make it on Armageddon, but like the whole human race.
Yeah, we do have a responsibility for the next decades, right?
Oh yeah, exactly, yeah, and just be safe with it, and
I agree. That's a good conclusion. All right, thanks for watching, and see you on the next episode of GeekTalk AI. Bye.